Now let's move on to the Dr. Dingleberry and Duane Youngblood portion. There are some new documents that have been submitted to the court, and I want you guys to be able to see these documents, and we're going to go over this. The first paragraph of this pissed me off, so let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen, because I want you guys to see this and hear this, because this is a whole mess as well. Let me share my screen. Coming up on the screen. Let's see, window. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these are the documents that Duane Youngblood has submitted to the court case, and let us get involved with this. Shout out to the 346 of you watching me right now. Please hit the like button. If you have not yet hit the like button, if you have not yet subscribed to the Mad Church Disease channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you can be notified each time I go live. And if you're looking to support the channel, please make sure that you do so. The Cash App information normally is on the screen. I don't know why it's not on the screen. But yeah, you guys can actually do that as well. And that information is also and the moderators will of course put that information in the chat for you. All right, let's get into it, guys. Can I okay, let me bring it up a little bit closer. There we go. It says, defendant Duane Youngblood, by and through his counsel, hereby files the response in opposition to the plaintiff's motion for expedited discovery as follows. Ladies and gentlemen, listen at this crap. Defendant Duane Youngblood respectfully opposes plaintiff Bishop Jakes' motion for expedited discovery, which represents an unwarranted and premature attempt to bypass the orderly procedures of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't even know if that's true or not, but it just don't even sound right. Plaintiff alleges defamation and civil conspiracy based on a speculative and unsubstantiated claim involving alleged statements made decades ago. I want to pause right there. Now, this is the first paragraph, and they already lying. This is a whole lie, what he just said right there, y'all. He said that these claims are involving alleged statements that were made decades ago. No, sir, you didn't make these statements decades ago. You made these statements a few months ago in a video where you claim that you went from being the abused to becoming the abuser on the YouTube uploaders platform, better known as co-conspirator number one. You went on his platform a couple of weeks ago, not decades. So you already lied in the first paragraph. And I hope that when his attorneys respond to this crap, they make sure that they, lay this stuff out. He further seeks to justify this expedited discovery on the dubious premise of uncovering a purported conspiracy involving unidentified individuals, John Does, without providing any factual basis for these assertions. Well, I hope the people support my channel today so that I can get done with the video I need to get done, because I can most certainly give you some factual assertions that can be put into their response of this, because you are full of shit. Okay, let me move on, because I feel myself getting mad. Duane Youngblood, see, this is one of the reasons why you and your brother get on my nerves, and you and these attorneys ought to be shaming yourself for writing this stupid crap. And I knew you were going to do this. I knew this was going to be story time. This was going to be masterpiece theater, because you don't have no case. And yeah. Let's read on, ladies and gentlemen. This motion for expedited discovery is not only procedurally flawed, but it also imposes undue burdens on third parties while failing to meet the required threshold of good cause. Courts have consistently denied such fishing expeditions that are disguised as discovery requests, particularly when grounded in conjecture rather than evidence. First of all, it is not conjecture, sir. You and your co-conspirators went around here saying that TD Jakes was grooming and doing all sorts of things to individuals, and you said that the man tried to kiss you without even providing any proof of that as well. And you talking about these 7 affidavits that you're going to submit. Okay, let me continue. Here, plaintiffs' pleadings fail to establish an immediate harm or urgency, warranting deviation from standard discovery practices. Moreover, plaintiffs' sweeping and intrusive discovery demands lack proportionality and got too many teeth in my specificity. Did I say that right? I didn't. Specificity, you know what I'm trying to say. I can't get it out today. Further underscoring the impermissible nature and unestablished legal standards. Specificity. Why can't I say this word today? God help me. If the court is inclined to grant plaintiff's motion for expedited discovery, the defendant respectfully requests reciprocal permission to issue subpoenas for deposition testimony and documents from several men who have reported experiencing similar acts of sexual assault and harassment perpetrated by the plaintiff. Now, wait a minute. Specificity. Y'all know what said. You know what I'm trying to say. Forget the word. Plus, I got dry mouth. That's why I'm trying to drink. All right, y'all listen. Pay attention to this paragraph. If the court is inclined to grant the plaintiff's motion for expedited discovery. Now, this is where he's trying to push back on Bishop Jakes and he's trying to scare him. Y'all pay attention to this. Respectfully request reciprocal permission to issue subpoenas for deposition testimony and documents from several men who have reported experiencing similar acts of sexual assault and harassment perpetrated by the plaintiffs. Take a pause. Spec says, I know the word, you all. I know the word. I'm sorry. And Southern Breeze, hush up. Stay focused. Listen to me very carefully. He says that this has been done by other men. He's done this to other men, and he wants an expedited discovery so that he can actually have these men put under testimony. Now, here's where I want to tell you two things. Number one, those men have nothing to do with the claims that you made, sir. So that they're not going to bolster anything as regards to your case. So, and this is what I told y'all he was going to do. He was going to try to drag out some other people and try to embarrass Bishop Jakes with this foolishness. Him and his co-conspirators. And this is why they're wording it the way that they're wording it. Listen, sir, if you got other men that you're claiming that can make these types of testimony, this stuff should have been submitted to the court and you should have submitted it in these documents. That's all I'm saying. All right. Now, he says this information is critical to refute plaintiff's carefully curated public persona and framed emotional distress and allegations of victimhood. Let me stop you right there. I want to cuss right now. Duane Youngblood. If this is your lawyer saying this stuff, wow, y'all are something else. Y'all are furthering this whole situation, and you're going to mess around and get yourself, you're going to have to pay a lot of money. Because I don't give a damn what you say. Until these people come forward and these people actually say this stuff, you're just lying, and you're also continuing to defame the man. Your lawyer and you are defaming this man by this statement, even right here. Now, listen what it says. As detailed below, defendant asserts that plaintiff has exploited his position of power within the pulpit to target young men, many of whom have shared with the defendant their eerily similar and at times more graphic accounts of misconduct by the plaintiff. Stop right there, ladies and gentlemen. Duane Youngblood. So you said they had eerily similar situations to you. Your situation was a potential kiss and a bubble bath phone call. How does that necessarily be eerily similar to you? I'm confused. Are you saying that there are other people that he potentially kissed? Or are you trying to bolster your claim by making these types of assertions? And these, in my opinion, you're just doing this for the court of public opinion, because now you want people to start saying these sorts of things about Bishop Jakes, which to me is furthering the defamation. That's just my opinion, and that's just how I feel. So here's the thing. And if there are others, let them come forward. He said these testimonies and related evidence are essential to providing a broader context to the defendant's statements and to establish a pattern of behavior that contradicts the plaintiff's claims of defamation and conspiracy. I completely disagree. This is dumb, what you just said here. All of this is stupid. This is really dumb. This is really dumb. But let me continue. Accordingly, defendant respectfully requests that this court deny plaintiff's motion for expedited discovery in its entirety. I don't see the judge doing that. And if the judge does that, I think the judge is trying. Nothing you have said, Duane Youngblood, should merit the judge doing this. But okay, if the court is inclined to grant, which is now your second time saying this, the plaintiff's request, defendant requests reciprocity in the form of depositions and document requests from additional victims of plaintiffs who are eager to come forward and to testify. Let me stop and say this right here. Listen, if there was some other people that were eager to testify and to come forward, you could have had all of those things already put together and done when you guys submitted your responses. Because you guys, you listen here, you and your co-conspirators been saying for over a year that these people was waiting in the wings to come forward. So these people should have already had something written down, notarized, some type of documentation, and they should have already had their proof. Who are you guys kidding? This is just for the YouTube streets. This is just for the gram. This is just for the TikTok. This is just for you to put this information out here so people can go around and start saying this stupid stuff. So let's just go. Plaintiff Bishop Jakes initiated this litigation, blah, 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 alleging defamation per se and civil conspiracy. Joanne Harris, thank you so very much for becoming a member. I appreciate you becoming a member of the Mad Church Disease channel. Thank you for your membership. All right. And it says here, against the defendant, Duane Youngblood, unidentified individuals. The claim stemmed from defendant's public recounting of a childhood incident in which defendant alleged he was sexually assaulted by the plaintiff. So the judge ain't gonna grant you what you're asking for, because now you admitted to the fact that you allege that you have been sexually assaulted by the plaintiff. There you go again. It also implicates a podcaster claiming they amplified these allegations on a widely viewed online platform. What? Are you stupid? I'm trying not to yell in my own house. Father, help me. This man is dumb. These people are dumb. These people are dumb. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm going to go around and listen to some attorneys talk about this. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. According to the complaint, defendant's statements and subsequent discussions on social media platforms and podcasts were a part of the broader conspiracy to damage the plaintiff's reputation. That is correct. However, the complainants failed to provide factual support of specific evidence tying the defendant to any coordinated defamatory actions involving the podcaster or any unnamed individuals. Well, that's why you go to court, dummy. That's why you go to court. That's why he's taking you to court, dummies. Instead, plaintiff relies on conclusory assertions of a conspiracy without detailing the mechanisms of participants involved. Thank God I got through there. This is what happens when you have all your teeth, because I got all my teeth and I got these luscious lips here. Let me move on. The complaint further alleges that the unidentified co-conspirators disseminated false claims to extort money from the plaintiff, yet it provides no substantiating details such as communications, agreements, or identifying individuals. Now, this is them trying to call out Bishop T.D. Jakes to tell him what type of evidence that he has so far. Let me tell you something, sir. That's why you go to court, and that's why you have interrogatories, and that's why y'all bring y'all information out later. Plaintiff's reliance on vague and speculative allegations underscores the lack of concrete basis for the discovery sought. The described events, including podcasts aired on October and November, are presented without demonstrating any immediate or irreparable harm that would justify expedited discovery. No, his reputation has been harmed. And what are you talking about that he cannot that he cannot request that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What are y'all saying? Y'all are crazy. Somebody said, I wish I could sue all the men who tried to kiss me or said almost something flirty, right? How about that? As a complaint itself, uh, uh, it highly, let me start again. I tell you all these lips, it's these lips today. As the complaint itself highlights speculative and unsupported claims, it fails to meet the standard required to warrant departure from standard discovery protocols. Plaintiffs' generalized assertions do not establish a compelling need for expedited delivery, nor do they provide sufficient detail to substantiate the requested relief. Defendant Duane Youngblood offers a detailed and deeply personal account of his interactions with with plaintiff Bishop T.D. Jakes, alleging a series of events that highlighted inappropriate conduct and emotional manipulation. But yet you're stating you haven't said anything, and you're alleging you ain't said nothing bad about the man. These incidents, according to the defendant, are critical to understanding his subsequent public statements about the plaintiff. Yeah, but you're alleging all sorts of things, and you're saying that's what led you to become an abuser. Man, what the hell? Who's buying this bull? Mr. Youngblood recounts an incident occurring during his late teenage years after a church service where he had been driving plaintiff to the residence where the plaintiff was staying. Upon arrival, the plaintiff invited defendant, blah, blah, blah. You about to retype. I don't even want to go through this. The discussion turned personal, emotional, blah, 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 blah. This is bullshit. I told you it's just story time again. However, the interaction culminated in an unwanted and inappropriate advance by the plaintiff who attempted to kiss the defendant. You said attempted to kiss the defendant, but then above you said, now see, this is the bullshit of this. The above statement he made says that his situation was eerily similar to a whole bunch of other people's situations, and he needs to bring them into the situation in order to bring context to the lies and the things that he said. Y'all need to help me to understand this, because either I'm missing something or Duane Youngblood is a few fries short of a Happy Meal. His fucking elevator doesn't go to the top floor. I'm not lying. He wore a helmet to school on a short bus. This dude is slow as hell. And if his attorneys are writing this and putting this together, this is dumb. And you heard what the hell I said, because now I'm getting pissed because this is just stupid. And I'm not defending TD Jakes. I'm talking about your stupid ass statements, because you talking about you need to bring a bunch of young men. This also sounds like you and your co-conspirators who got together, who decided that we're going to make these kind of statements so that we're going to go ahead and see if TD Jakes presses on the gas. I'm trying to tell you, Bishop Jakes, press on the gas. Press on the gas. Roll everybody over. Roll everybody over. The following morning, plaintiff contacted Mr. Youngblood via phone, during which plaintiff proposed conditions for an ongoing relationship. You said he called you from a bubble bath. The plaintiff purportedly outlined explicit terms, including exclusivity, secrecy, and a promise of financial support. Y'all listen to me. This man don't have no proof of what he's saying in his statement. He don't have no proof of this. This happened, according to him, 45 years ago. What has he submitted to the court that proves that the statements that he's made has been true? He ain't submitted nothing to the court. So he's asking the court not to provide expedited discovery in Bishop Jakes' situation because there's no evidence. But I'm saying to you, Bishop Youngblood, Mr. Youngblood, sir, you haven't proven anything that what you said is true either. So this is all he say, she say. So I'm just saying, who do you think you are, dude? I don't know who you think you are. This is some strange stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all keep watching. The events have profound emotional toll on Mr. Young. Oh, wait a minute. Did I read it all? The defendant asserts that he unequivocally rejected this proposition and sought to distance himself from the plaintiff through his continued presence in the church environment, made complete avoidance challenging. I can tear this statement apart. Your lawyers ought to be able to kill this right here. This right here. Oh no. No, 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 no. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm gonna eat you alive with that right there. These events have a profound emotional toll on Mr. Youngblood. You are emotional toll lie. You are emotional toll lie. From his impressionable teenage years through his adulthood. Story time. This is story time, ladies and gentlemen. The defendant has consistently maintained a feeling of betrayal and disillusionment. The spiritual and pastoral role a plaintiff held in defendant's life amplified the gravity of the plaintiff's misconduct, leaving the defendant with lingering trauma and questions about his self-worth and faith. Story time. Story time. Story time. This is masterpiece theater, ladies and gentlemen. Years later, upon the direction of a senior church leader, now he's going into more stories. Remember, I told you all his stuff was going to be like masterpiece theater. He just wants to tell stories because this is what church people do. Years later, under the direction of the senior church leader, efforts were made to mend the strained relationship between the plaintiff and Mr. Youngblood. The defendant alleged that during a private conversation at this time, plaintiff admitted to inappropriate behavior, attributing it to his own struggles and rising prominence within the religious community. Despite this interaction, defendant states that the trust could not be restored. So here you go, defaming the man again. So now you're doubling down without any proof. You don't have no proof of this. Just because you told this story to 7 people don't mean shit. And I'm just saying it don't mean nothing. The relationship between the defendant and the plaintiff has remained tense and marked by distrust. Who gives a shit? This means nothing. And this is what I keep telling you when it comes to having a court case. This is bullshit. While both parties maintain a professional association due to their roles within the shared religious organization, the defendant asserts that the unresolved tensions have persisted due to the plaintiff's sexual assault on the defendant. Stop right there. So now you're saying that Bishop Jakes sexually or essayed you, sir? You're saying he essayed you. Let me take a drink. Now my mouth getting dry again. Bullshit. I should have had Daryl. Daryl needed to read this out loud. And then I could have gave my commentary because I tell you, I'm losing my patience. Sometime when I read these documents, this is bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. This whole response is dumb. I don't even apologize for saying what I just said. I'm sorry. Unresolved tensions. Who gives a shit about your tensions, Duane Youngblood? You remained in the organization even in spite those tensions. You remained in the organization until the time, sir, I think you went to jail, right? Didn't you go to jail, mister, being in that same organization? So obviously the tensions wasn't too bad. So here's let me keep reading until I tell y'all what I believe. Defendant Youngblood has been rehashing this traumatic encounter since the 1980s. Why? Why are you rehashing it? Why are you rehashing it, sir? Why didn't you go and do something, have something done about it? He has not deviated from his assertions, published a book concerning the incident, wrote letters to loved ones discussing the incident. What book did you publish? Is that the new one that you're just coming out with? They're talking about from the abuse to becoming an abuser. What book you talking about? Now you're trying to sell books. Don't the damn body give a fuck about your book. Wrote letters to loved ones discussing the incident and sought medical treatment concerning the incident and its related trauma. Duane Youngblood, what about the related trauma of the boys and the children that you essayed? What happened? What about their trauma? Should they be let's let them go ahead and get their lawsuit against you, even though you don't went to jail. Let them file their lawsuit so that they can come after you for finances. This is a fairy tale, ladies and gentlemen. To say that the defendant Youngblood is conspiring to harm plaintiff Jakes is foolhardy at best. Who wrote this? And delusional at worst. This is defendant Youngblood's lived experience, which is the First Amendment of the United States. Which the First Amendment of the United States Constitution affords him the right to openly express. But what you're not expressing something, sir, that is common knowledge and has been established. What you are doing is expressing something that has not commonly been established, and you are asserting that you were essayed, and you were essayed by a certain individual, which means that individual should be allowed to rebut and refute the statements that you are making, and also sue you for them. The defense contends that his public statements about plaintiff are rooted in personal experience. Oh my God. I can't even, I tell you, reading this is pissing me off. And a need to confront past harms. He refutes the notion of these statements were made with malicious intent or as a part of a broader conspiracy. I disagree, because I can link you and your co-conspirators together and show how your co-conspirators and you over the course of a year have been making these types of claims. I'm just saying. Instead, defendant positions his actions as an attempt to address and reconcile deeply personal experiences. See what I'm saying, you guys? It's the masterpiece theater. He just wants to tell you the masterpiece theater. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Personal experience of childhood abuse and betrayal under circumstances that were supposed to provide spiritual and emotional support. Now he's talking about the legal standard. He's expedited discovery is an exception to the ordinary case. He lists C. Gucci AIM Inc. versus Daffy's Inc. And then he lists the numbers. Courts balance the need for such discovery against the potential prejudice to the responding party. Adherence to the principles of fairness and proportionality. Factors commonly considered include existence of pending preliminary injunction, specificity, I can't get it out today, and breadth of the discovery request, burden of the responding party or third party, temporal proximity to the standard discovery timelines, likelihood of irreparable harm without discovery. The Third Circuit and district courts within Pennsylvania adhere to these principles, often invoking good cause or reasonableness standard. In Leon versus Tawanda Borough, the U.S. District Court. And so he mentions that as well. Additionally, courts have highlighted the risk of abuse, blah, blah, blah. Here comes his argument. He says, here's his argument. The plaintiff has not established good cause. I disagree with that, and I don't think any judge is going to agree with this. He says plaintiff's claims are grounded in speculation rather than concrete evidence. You made it on a damn video. How stupid. You said it on a video. And now you're saying it, you wrote it in the book. And now you're saying you've been making these claims for years. So he has more than a right to take your butt to court, ninja. I don't think no judge is going to throw this out. I'm going to leave that alone, ladies and gentlemen. Just go on. He says lack of immediate or irreparable harm. Listen here, man. You done harm this man's reputation. And you don't know what kind of business deals he's lost because of that. So let's go on. No connection between request and alleged conspiracy. Okay, well, I think that can be proven. Let me just say that discovery requests are overly broad and burdensome. They're not burdensome. They're only burdensome to the people that was involved with the crap. Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 Intrusion into third parties' privacy. The subpoenas targeted individuals and entities directly named as defendants, imposing undue burdens on third parties. These requests seek private communications, financial records, other sensitive materials without sufficient justification. No, I think he has a justification. The requested materials are far-reaching and lack the direct connection to the plaintiff's allegations of defamation or conspiracy. I disagree with that. In Leon versus Tawanda, the court stressed the necessity for narrowing the defined and focused discovery request to prevent undue harm to non-parties. Such intrusive demands risk overburdening third parties, which are tangential. Did I say that right? Tangential to the court claims in the court case and the defendant. Okay. All right. All right. Moreover, the potential exposure of personal and financial information creates unnecessary risk of harm to the third party's privacy and reputations. Courts have long recognized the importance of balancing discovery needs against risks, particularly when the discovery sought does not demonstrate the relevance or the necessity of the claims. He says excessive scope relative to allegations. Plaintiff's discovery span a broad time frame and include materials unrelated to the core claims, which I disagree, of defamation and conspiracy by seeking expansive categories of documents, including speculative, financial, motivations, and peripheral communications. The plaintiff's approach imposes undue burdens and that exceed the permissible scope of discovery. The lack of specificity, I almost got it out, in the request further compounds their overreach. And see, what's so funny is once I get off live, I'm going to be able to say the don't word. For example, requests targeting all communication between the defendants and other third parties over several months are neither proportional nor tailored to uncovering relevant evidence. Well, that's a lie. Courts routinely reject such expansive demands in Better Packages, Inc. And then they mention that, okay, and that's page 7. Okay. All right. Let me go. The rest of this is not germane. The requests here appear to mirror this permissible approach, lacking the requisite focus to justify the burden imposed on the defendant and third parties by seeking discovery far beyond the allegations and issues central to the case. But make sure you hit the like button. Plaintiff underscores the speculative nature of their claims and the inappropriateness of expedited discovery in this instance. Plaintiff's discovery requests span a broad time frame and include materials unrelated to core claims of defamation and conspiracy. The lack of specificity in the request further compounds their outreach. Courts routinely reject such expansive demands as seen in Better Packages, Inc., blah, blah, blah. Procedural prejudice to defendant. Allowing expedited discovery at this stage would impose significant procedural burdens on the defendants, undermine for fundamental principles of fairness in litigation. Premature discovery would force defendant to respond to extensive and intrusive requests without having the opportunity to fully evaluate or challenge the claims against him. This creates an imbalanced prejudicing, I can't even say the word. Y'all know what prejudicing the defendant's ability to mount a proper defense and diverting resources away from addressing the merits of the case. Courts have consistently warned against granting discovery that disappropriately burdens one party while advantaging another. Okay, when the justification for specific expedited measure is speculative. I don't think it's speculative because you got the information out there. The courts emphasize that expedited discovery should not be granted where its risk disadvantage the defendant or causing procedural inequity. Tell you all these teeth. Further granting expedited discovery. I literally have to talk like Carol Channing in order to enunciate these words out. Further granting expedited discovery risks disrupting the orderly progression of the case by preempting the typical discovery process establishing under the Rule 26. This disruption can lead to inefficient litigation, unnecessary dispute of compliance, and an increased burden on the court. Okay. All right. The court highlighted the importance of adhering to standard discovery timelines to ensure procedural fairness and efficiency. Finally, the scope of the nature requested discovery amplify the prejudice to the defendant. The broad and speculative demands seek to impose obligations for far exceeding the requirements of proportionality and relevance, further tilting the procedural balance against the defendants. Courts have noted that such tactics undermine the principles of equitable litigation as seen in Better Packages, Inc. I tell you. For the reasons, defendants respectfully submits that the plaintiff's motion for expedited discovery should be denied to preserve the integrity. They're going to lose this, I think. Just by looking at this, I think they're going to lose it. If they give it to them, I'm going to be surprised. Defendant specific requests. The plaintiffs request 1 and 3 their deficiencies, legal implausibility. 1 through 3 seek to establish actual identification of putative defendants, claiming such information is critical for properly identifying the alleged co-conspirators. However, these demands are legally implausible, burdensome, and inconsistent with legal precedent in the Third Circuit and the federal district courts in Pennsylvania. Legal implausibility, lack of specificity, and factual basis. Plaintiff's motion fails to establish a factual nexus between the sought information and the alleged conspiracy. Well, they might have to go into a little bit more detail. Courts in the Third Circuit require a movement to demonstrate Lord, I'm tired, with specificity how they requested discovery and essential to their claim. And plus, I'm tired, y'all. I told you I was tired when I came on. The court denied expedited discovery where the moving party failed to tie their request to concrete facts supporting their claim. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I am tired. I told you that. Okay. Here the plaintiff merely speculates the identifying, and I should have had Daryl come up here and read this. Putative defendants will advance their case without providing substantive evidence of their involvement in the alleged defamation or conspiracy. Okay. Okay, Daryl, I know you said it several times. I'm going to mention it when we get down there. Expedited discovery is permitted only upon showing of good cause, blah, 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 blah. Then they go into the burdensome, overreaching nature request, inconsistency with the legal precedent, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then he's talking about failure to establish relevance. I think you're going to get beat up on that one. Okay, let's go down here. Okay, let me go down, because I want to get out of here. I'm tired. Okay, that's the same stuff he said before. That's just repetitive. Plaintiffs, failure to address, mitigate. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Okay. Premature. The foregoing arguments make it clear that plaintiffs' requests for expedited discovery are not only legally and procedurally inappropriate, but premature here. Plaintiff has offered no legitimate reason to circumvent the established 26th conference or any other round initial litigation. Okay. In conclusion, plaintiff's lawsuit is baseless. I think that's wrong. And the fact will be made more abundantly clear to the court in the defendant's forthcoming anti-SLAPP motion. Plaintiff is attempting to use this court as a means to stymie defendant's First Amendment rights and to immediate a third-party YouTube television show host from reporting on legitimate claims of sexual ASA and misconduct perpetuated by the plaintiff. Oh God. Then you're going to say, let me read this line again. I'm going too fast and I'm tired. He said, plaintiff is attempting to use this court as a means to stymie defendant's First Amendment rights and to intimidate. I'm sorry, I don't know what I said. Intimidate a third party YouTube television show host from reporting on legitimate claims of sexual of SA and misconduct perpetrated by the plaintiff and other members of the clergy. Plaintiff actions mirror the well-documented abuses of other clergy who have faced lawsuits for using their positions of power. Sir, you're going into story time again. It's just all story time. I swear this is just like story time. All right. And I want you guys to know, ladies and gentlemen, that this was submitted by Tyrone Blackman, Esquire, and Paul A. Ellis, and Brad N. Sumner, Esquire. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tyrone Blackburn done finally showed up. Y'all remember when Tyrone Blackburn said that he wasn't his attorney and that they needed to serve him? See, this is why I say this whole thing, this is some shenanigans. And y'all know why they're doing this? They're doing this so that they can have more time. And to all of the legal entities and the people that are watching this, even though I'm extremely tired, I need to say what I need to say here. This is just story time. This is them stalling so that they can try to delete information, get rid of information. They can make claims that they never said nothing that they actually said. This is all story time. Now, all of a sudden, Tyrone Blackburn is back when he said he wasn't an attorney. I mean, this is incredible. This is incredible. And I think it's ridiculous. And knowing what we know about this Tyrone Blackburn person, I think he's probably going to be cited eventually with some old foolishness because they had no business doing what they did in regards to this. And there go to reading of those court documents. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading of these here court documents. I apologize, y'all, for being so tired and for flubbing, but I told y'all I was tired. All right, you all. I'm gonna do an awesome thing here. I'm gonna drop the link for y'all to comment because I ain't about to read all these comments. If you want to come up and say something, you're gonna have every bit of the ability to do so. I'm gonna drop this link for anybody who wants to come up. You guys will be able to do so, and we'll be able to have a conversation regarding this. Miss T. Pre, I think we all know what the deal is. TD Jakes and them they need that expedited delivery so that they can prove the rest of this stuff. That's all. Because we can prove the fact that Larry has been saying for over a year that TD Jakes have done these things. And then he brought on this man back. And wait a minute. Let me go back up to, while I'm waiting on somebody to come up here. Let me go back to page 7? All right, Daryl, I'm going back to page 7. I'm about to pull up page 7. What page is this? I see Daryl's been going off about page 7. I thought I read page 7. Of course, have long recognized. Yeah. I read that. Better packages. Yeah, I read page 7. Yeah. I read page 7 and page 8. Okay. Miss T. Pre, yeah, all of that is ridiculous. All right. All of that is ridiculous. Somebody says, shoot me the link. All right. I done shot the link. The link is out there. The link is out there. Somebody said they think his law license is going to be in question after this one. Okay. Oh, let me take that. Daryl, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sir, you asked me to shoot you the link. I shot you the link.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And anybody else that wants to come up, you guys can come up as well.
Okay. You can hear me? Okay. Hold on. I know you sleepy, you old cranky rascal.
Hey, man, I'm tired. And I haven't even eaten.
Okay.
You know, I'm tired. Okay.
Well, I'm page 7, section B. That's the crux of this whole legal document. They're trying to distance themselves from this named defendant. The people that paid for this service, these legal fees, they made sure that their necks weren't left on the chopping block. So they thought. But I want you to go to page 11 real quick. It says plaintiffs request 4 through 5 and their deficiencies.
Okay, I'm gonna let you read it because I'm telling you right now, I'm exhausted. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up for you.
I got it up on my screen. You don't have to pull it up. I'm good. I got it over here.
Well, I want people to be able to see it, so I'm gonna pull it up so they can see it. So that way they can see what you're talking about.
And raw. All right. On page 11, in the middle, Plaintiff's request 4 through 5 seek to explore the relationship and interactions between the putative assumed defendant and defendant Blackburn. Defendant Blackburn. It's mentioned 3 times if you read this document, but I want you to focus. Now, this is the lawyer who's spearheading the legal team. They found a lawyer that was local that he could use his license on them because he's not licensed to practice in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So now in this document, you're going to see it at least 3 times where the person that wrote this document refers to himself as defendant Blackburn. How can you be the lead attorney and be the defendant in the case? And you haven't even been named as a defendant. Only one person has been named as a defendant. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to do? You know you're going to be possibly called, so you hopped on and got on as counsel, because if you're not counsel, then they can call you in the court. But if you become counsel, then you can hide behind attorney-client privilege. But you can't call yourself defendant Blackburn and be hiding behind attorney-client privilege.
Well, yeah, because our recash, because the Blackburn was the one allegedly that sent the letter to Bishop Jakes demanding the $6 million.
There you go.
So he's also a part of the conspiracy, because he's the one that sent out the darn letter making the request.
That's right.
That's how.
Now does it make sense to y'all, ladies and gentlemen? At first, I'm not his lawyer. But then when he figured out that, wait a minute, if I'm not his lawyer, they can call me in the court. Oh, shit, I better be his lawyer so I can hide behind attorney-client privilege. But he must not have forgotten about the John Gotti and the Cutler, how they got rid of him and kicked him off the case. That can happen right here.
Well, I'm just telling you, this whole story time is annoying. All of this to me is just story time, Daryl. You know, you telling us about your childhood. Now you're talking about there's other men who are going to come forward for other people. That has nothing, sir, to do with your case and the claims that you were making on the internet about this person, and that you doubled down on in your response. It has all to me, Blackburn and them put this together so that they can put this out here for social media, and they can make certain assertions and claims so people could say certain things about Bishop Jakes, furthering the defamation and all of the stuff. That's my opinion.
I agree. But I want y'all to pay close attention, though. I'm going to take these off because they'll make my face hit. I want y'all to pay close attention. He 3 times, y'all. I mean, you got to pay close attention. Read what's really being said. This document was thrown together quick and just out there, because at the midnight hour, at around 4:20, it popped up on paper. The man says that there's attorney-client privilege that will be at risk if because he's defendant Blackburn. He has never even been hinted at as being a potential defendant. There was no mention of him being a defendant. But he got whiff of the fact that if he's not this guy, if he's not Youngblood's lawyer, he can be called as a defendant. And if he's called as a defendant, everything that he did, the letter that he sent to Jakes' church, all the co-conspirators, they all gonna have to fall in line right behind him. And he got scared because he could get disbarred for this.
Well, I personally believe that the judge is going to take some type of step, and I don't know if the judge is going to let him remain on this case, since he's the one that sent the letter to Bishop Jakes, and that Bishop Jakes is requesting discovery from him. I just have a very difficult time with them letting him remain, the judge letting him remain on the case. And you know, some of the things that they kept reiterating in this document, Daryl, in the what's the word, specificity that I can't say.
I can't pronounce it either.
Yeah, specificity. When they was specific, forget it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, they're asking him to be specific about certain things. But Duane Youngblood has not been specific regarding his assertions regarding Bishop Jakes as well. So, you know, it's like you asking to get something that you didn't give, in your situation, because all we know about you is that this is a bubble bath, a potential kiss, and all this other stuff. This is disgusting. And the judge, and I think they're going to see through this. I think that Jakes's attorneys are going to tear this apart. They're going to rip this apart, and I think they're going to get what the discovery that they want, Daryl. I really do. I think they're going to get it.
And when they do, because if you read this document and you read between the lines, allowing this will cause undue harm to other people's private lives. Well, what about his private life when y'all lied on him?
Exactly.
What about his private life? What about his family? What about his ministry? What about his business, current and future business dealings? You didn't think about his private life, so he shouldn't think about yours.
Absolutely. And I tell you, that YouTube uploader and conspirator, I don't even understand why they put that. Some of these statements were specifically put in there just to help them and protect them, or try to anyway. And I don't think that's going to work either.
Nope. Nope.
Period.
You out here with somebody who got money longer than this smoke on my cigar, and they're coming to get all their licks back. I keep telling y'all.
Well, I think that TD Jakes, like I said, should press on the gas. I don't think that this case is what. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be what they think it is. That's just my opinion.
It ain't going to end well. It ain't going to end well. So it's really not going to end well. And this man has the financial means. And I want to stress this. Thank you for letting me say this, Marcelo. I want y'all to pay close attention. Bishop Jakes' lead attorney, his specialty, if you go to his website, his specialty is cybersecurity. So all you people out here thinking you wiping the internet clean in your videos and your commentary and behind Patreon walls and all that, he had a team of people that know how to retrieve all of them documents.
Right.
So when you go into court thinking that you done got all scot-free, all your documents going to be on a big screen, 110-inch flat screen. Isn't that you right there? Isn't that what you just said? And your mouth going to drop. And you're going to be able to sit in courtroom with no shades on. You're going to have to take them bumblebees off.
Oh, absolutely.
For your yellow eyes.
Absolutely.
Because he specializes in cyber security.
Yeah, I think they have some of it. I think that there are other things that they need to be able to tie these individuals together. But all of us on the internet can clearly establish a pattern of behavior from Dr. Dingleberry over the course of a year. We can absolutely establish that. That's very easy. What we're going to need to do is to tie Dr. Dingleberry and Duane together. And that link is going to necessarily need to be tied. And I think I think he's got a great case. He just needs to tie everything together.
Phone records.
Absolutely.
Prison visitor logs, prison phone logs, money transfer. That's why they want the bank statements and the financials, where the money came from, how you getting lawyers and you're working a part-time job, how you got 3 lawyers now. You didn't just have 2, now you got 3 lawyers. 1 from New York, 1 and 2 from Pennsylvania. How is that possible? Who's paying for it and why?
Absolutely.
And from other people coming into where the money resides is going to show a pattern and a paper trail. And everybody that was a part of that extortion and conspiracy is going to get charged criminally.
Absolutely. And I absolutely.
Better tell them what size your orange jumpsuit is.
Absolutely. And I was hoping Miss T. Pre was going to hit the link because I wanted to hear her thoughts on this. But yeah, you guys need to hit the link. Come on up, because I told y'all I'm tired. I done ran out of gas, and I do get a little cranky when I'm sleepy. I think everybody does, but y'all forgive me for being cranky because I'm like, listen here.
Oh, mean ass preacher.
Yeah, I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie. I told y'all I was tired when it came up. Look, I'm look at what I'm wearing. You know I'm tired.
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm tired. I just got out work. Shoot.
Oh Lord, I'm tired. But somebody said the lady from the stock case is going to be connected. You think so?
I got a feeling. It could happen.
You think so?
It's a possibility. It's a strong possibility. And you know she gets sentenced this month, end of this month.
Yeah, and the money transfer, Joanne says the money transfer is a big deal. That's a big deal.
Because y'all ain't gonna convince me that woman ain't flipped. She had 3 felony charges, and now all of a sudden she's only getting sentenced for 1 of them because the other 2 have been sealed, and they were sealed at the request of the federal government.
Right.
They only do that when you've given them evidence or some information that they really, really want on somebody bigger than you.
All right, Joanne, you are on the screen, ma'am.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Joanne. We can hear you.
I agree with everything you and Daryl said. I work in it. You can hear me?
No, I can't really hear you, Joanne. You probably need to turn us down in the background if you got us up, or you know.
Oh,
Okay, Joanne, you might want to try again. Joanne? All right. Well, Joanne, while Joanne works out her streaming situation, what were you saying, Daryl?
Oh, I was just saying there's a strong possibility that this lady that they sentencing at the end of the month is going to be involved because the federal government sealed 2 of her 3 charges.
Wow.
And they did it. She didn't request it. They did it, which lets me know that they have an ongoing investigation into some higher ups.
Yeah.
Somebody's
being investigated. That's for sure.
Somebody really being investigated. RICO charges is on the run.
Yeah.
I got a feeling RICO and an ongoing criminal enterprise because insider trading is a felony.
Darnell says, Lord, keep me day by day. I know that's right. In a pure and perfect way. Okay, Joanne, you're back. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
You're a little faint, but go ahead and try so we can see if we can make out what you're saying.
But anyway, I just want to say this. This is my big question about working in the legal department. There are going to be so many pastors are going to be behind this whole situation. And TD Jakes know who they are. He know who is targeting him. That's the part I want to see who they are. Because how come the guy got these lawyers and no one, how's he getting paid? I'm still figuring who's paying who can't be lawyers.
Right. Well, the pay. Yeah. Well, the pay.
Target TD Jakes, and if they I'm not on TD Jakes' side, because I don't know the truth.
Yeah, well, the paying of these lawyers is going to become crucial, and discovering who's paying those lawyers is going to be crucial. I think it's all a part of the situation as well. And Duane Youngblood and Blackburn could be working for free now because he done got caught up in this situation, and that's just my opinion. But we'll see. Hey, Gerald, thanks for joining us on the screen. Gerald, what's up? What do you have to add?
Yeah. But I was going to say, I commend y'all for listening to this story time. Once upon a time, along came a spider, stepped by my house and burned the house down. This is BS.
Yes, it
This
is.
is a bunch of bull.
Yes, it is.
And I personally feel like this. I've seen this before. I've seen this in my own church when I used to in VA. If you go look up Geronimo Aguilar, you will see something similar to this. Messing around with folks and then turn around trying to put it on somebody else. This is number one. This is grievous to the body of Christ. Number one. Number two. Why don't he just sit his lying ass down some damn way?
Yeah, that's what I would love for him to do. He just refusing to do that part.
If you cut your water on right now, and you cut your screen off, does that mean you in a bubble bath?
No.
Okay, that's all I got to say. But y'all keep up the good work.
Thank you, Gerald. I appreciate it, brother. All right. Yeah. All right, Joanne. We appreciate you coming up. I don't know if I can hear. I don't think Joanne can hear us very well. I don't think she can. Yeah, but that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, but I want to appreciate you guys. Shout out to the 277 of you that stuck it with me here during this whole 2 hours. At the end of this live, guys, it's gonna take you automatically to the content that's coming up regarding Luther Vandross. Make sure you guys support the channel tonight. I would really appreciate it. Somebody's gonna put the Cash App information in the chat for you. I would appreciate all of you guys' support tonight. It's 4 o'clock. I'm tired. I'm ready to go somewhere and lay down. I really am. I gotta go lay down. I gotta go get me something to eat first, though, Daryl.
Yeah, you do. You really
all right.
do.
Yeah, all right, you guys. Just expect I'll be putting out another video and adding it to our list for this. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all take a look at the video. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat station. We love and appreciate you guys here.
You can run, but you can't hide. You can spend all the money you want. The truth coming out.
Yeah, they can't hide.
Have come home to roost.
Yeah, ain't no hiding no more. It's time to put the rubber where it meets the road. And if Antoine, if Blackburn, whatever his damn name is, if he the one that put this information together, listen here, bad. This whole thing that you just put together is dumb, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'll tell y'all in a minute. Everybody is gonna have to cough up some information. They're going to cough up some stuff, and the judge is going to force it out of both sides, not just one side. I got a feeling it's going to come out of both sides, and we're going to see exactly where the rubber meets the road. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. Please make sure that you hit the like button, and please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit the bell icon, and make sure you press all notifications so that way you will never miss any of the exclusive content that comes on my channel. Make sure that you never miss a video. Now, I try to go live every day about 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then I come back at night at around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 10:30 Eastern Standard, with some more exclusive content. So if you want more Mad Church Disease show content, we'd love for you to become a member, a revolutionary member of our channel. Please make sure that you hit the join button that's right next to the subscribe button or somewhere around here so that you guys can receive access to special community posts. You guys get all of the access to my community only lives, because we've got some sipping chats that we're going to be doing, and you guys will get exclusive content. So just make sure that you head on over to the channel page, click on the join button, and make sure that you do that. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you on my very next video.